fabulous Tom Evans. Tom, congratulations tonight. Bring Him to Me is about to be shown. Where did the inspiration from the story come from?
This story, the inspiration for this one was I was watching the film Casino by Martin Scorsese, an absolute classic film. And there's a scene towards the end of that movie where Joe Pesci's character is kind of driven to this cornfield after this, what he thinks is a meeting, and then it all ends up going south, and he basically meets a very brutal end. So the part of the scene of that made me I found most kind of disturbing was the fact that he was kind of driven there under false pretenses, and he gets out of the car and he's even like laughing and joking, and then suddenly he's just met on this really brutal scene. So I was thinking, how would that car journey be? Who's driving the car? What is going through their mind? Is it someone willingly taking him to his death, or is it someone kind of dealing with the moralities that come with that? So that I kind of thought, there's a film in there, and that's kind of the inspiration, yeah.
Were there times when you were writing that you got to a point where even though you had it in your mind what you wanted to say and do, did you get to a block and you thought, oh my Lord, how do I go around that?
Yeah, I think there was always, I kind of knew where the film was going. Obviously, I structured the whole thing, kind of wrote it all out and, beatboarded it out. But there were certain scenes that I knew were going to be a struggle. I think for me, it was probably the kind of the overall kind of conflict at the end when they get to this overall meet, because obviously the audience have been waiting the whole film to get to that moment. So the idea was to obviously try and nail that scene, because that's obviously the payoff that's been set up throughout this whole film. So so that was kind of something that was on my mind. I had to, because the audience have been waiting all this time. How do we sort of play this out, and how do we get it to play out in a kind of natural way, I guess, yeah.
And I like the fact that you made me care about the characters. And I think that's the trick to something like this. If you don't care about them, you're not invested in seeing what goes on. So thank you so much. It was really well done. So for people who are not here tonight for the screening, where can they see this film?
So this film will be available in theatres and video on demand from February 23rd. So hopefully catch it on the big screen if you can.
Everybody, this is Tom Evans. And remember, it's Bring Him to Me. We're with the man himself. Bring him to me. I just have to say, I really enjoyed this film. No spoiler alerts, but share with us when you read the script, what were you thinking of how you were going to bring his sensibility and his moment of how he wants to live? How did you want to portray that?
Well, basically, you have to put yourself in these situations and then add all the other ingredients on top, And so, yeah, when I read the script, my heart went out for the character, so I knew I was in a good place already. And then, yeah, it's really just fun to just come alive with what you have to bring in with all the other actors like Barry. And Barry was just wonderful to work off of because, he's somebody who does his homework. And so you're in good hands coming in. Yeah.
Chance to connect with Barry before the film and talk about everything?
Yeah, a little bit. But you kind of want to come in fresh on our particular occasion. So, and that really paid off, I think. Yeah.
It certainly did. If it was the one thing you want us to learn about your character after we see this film, what do you want us to take away?
Life is not easy for anyone, but in particular, it's hard to actually just see black and white on good and evil a lot of times in the world we live in, and I think it's so fun to play this character in particular, seeing him do some morally questionable things, but for a moral reason. So I think we can all relate to that.
It was really brilliant. You did an amazing job. I was pounding heart each time. I'm thinking, oh God, what's going to happen next? And like I said, what I thought was going to happen didn't happen. And then when I thought what happened, it was awesome.
That's what I liked about the script. By the end, that's particularly the end. How it ended, I was like, oh, cool. I hope I do get to play that. Yeah.
So how do we follow you on your social media?
It'll be hard. I have none. But I have as close as you can get to that YouTube. So, yeah. And maybe keep a watch and see where I pop up.
Keep watching for Jamie Costa, please. And everybody, Bring Him to Me is fantastic. Job well done. Congratulations.
Thank you, Joy.
Okay, so the biggest thing that drew me to this script was the family relationship. That might seem strange to hear about a thriller action drama, but there's really this one father-daughter connection that is the entire reasoning for family and everything that you would do for your loved ones. And this movie is crazy, it's fast, it's epic, it's intense, but I think people will take away from it what will you really do for the ones that you love, and what extent will you go to? And that movie truly portrays this in every single fashion of the term.
Now, talk about working with the director. Okay.
Working with Luke was a lot of fun. He gave a lot of great notes. A lot of times we were under pressure and under time crunches. We were shooting overnight, so we're literally racing the sunrise, and we were able to really just stay on top of it and communicate and get through it all and make a really beautiful movie.
Well, I'm in shock that it was 16 days to shoot this, and it looks fabulous. Oh my goodness.
I'm so grateful to hear that. I'm glad to hear you all enjoyed it. We had a blast making it, and we're really looking forward to seeing everybody's reactions.
And I know I won the car. Everybody else wants that car.
Congratulations! Yeah, that car is bad. AZZ. It's amazing. It's really something else. And Barry Pepper did all the driving himself. Man is a legend. Barry, if you're watching this, I love you, brother. It's a pleasure to meet you. You are a legend, sir.
So social media, so fans can follow you, find you, and stay in touch.
Sure. Jennings Brower on all platforms. I'll see you all there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Luke, I can only say congratulations on an amazing, fabulous film. I loved everything about it. So I want you to tell me, when you decided you got the script, what was the tone you were going for and the look of the film?
Yeah, look, I'm a huge Martin Scorsese fan. And when Tom pitched that idea of like casino sort of thing, it's all dark roads, it's all nighttime. So I got to play with neon lights, and I wanted to have a really different sort of color palette. So I didn't want to go after anyone particular in terms of other films, but I just wanted to create a different sort of cool look.
Well, I love the fact that the film itself, the way it was shot, and the choices you made were so brilliant because it kept you engaged. And I think that's really a good sign that you had an eye for where you were going. Was there something challenging in any other shots that you thought, oh my God, how am I going to do this and make it work?
I think the whole film was challenging. Like, we got a little bit of money and we did it, and I did it in 16 days, the whole film. Yeah, I shot the film in 16 days and 16 night shoots in Australia, subbing for America, with all the crew cast coming in. I also edited the film. I also production designed the film. I also did all that. So every day for me was a complete challenge.
I can only say, for everything you just said, you did a fabulous job. And it's no way anyone looking at this film would even imagine it was shot in 16 days. It's impossible.
Right. Well, that's my job done then, because that's really what happened. And just using every trick in the book, everything I've learned as a director, so came into play in this, and also directing the amazing cast.
Hollywood needs to hire this man because you know what you're doing, and it was brilliant. I love the car, by the way. I want that car.
Yeah, everyone wants that car. I think Barry wanted to take the car home.
I'm really, really so impressed. Thank you so much for chatting with us. So how do people follow you, find you on social media?
Yeah, I'm on social media, just at Luke Sparke or Luke Sparke Official. I'm around. I'm always engaging with fans. So please, follow me.
Well, you have a fan right here. So thank you so much. I can't wait to see your next project. Something else is coming up that you want to share with us, and maybe you can't talk about, maybe you can.
I can. I got a film in post that we shot last September called Scurry. It stars Jamie Costa, also in this movie. And it's set in a tunnel where there's a creature following the guy. And I shot it as a one-shot take. So the film does a cut. So that's coming out this year.
Okay, I'm in. I'm waiting for it. So I'll be following you again. Congratulations. Fabulous, fabulous. Bring him to me is fantastic. Thank you again.
Appreciate it. Thank you.